Brian Musial out front the third base gate at Busch Stadium with Tim Dillard and Sophia Minter. Jeff Levering with you. And Tim, Garrett Mitchell, Joey Ortiz having themselves a great road trip, and certainly this series, Mitchell, Ortiz, and Pratt, they have been driving the bus.
Yeah, Cooper Pratt, how about him? He has pretty much the exact same numbers at what Jordan Walker has done in this series. But when it comes to Garrett Mitchell, there's nobody in baseball hitting the baseball harder than Garrett Mitchell. He is absolutely tattooing the baseball. Look at the exit velo. That's the best since June 26th. The extra base hits are there, and he's using all fields. Going to center field for 6 of those hits, opposite field, left field for 7, and it's been a surface to air attack, using the ground, and obviously the extra base hits coming in the middle of the field. We know about the speed, but I mean, this is something different because he's cut the strikeouts down by about 10%, and it must be contagious because Joey Ortiz has been Ortizing off probably pretty much this entire road trip, but even before then, last 11 games, 353, home runs, doubles, the RBIs. He's hitting all pitches, most of them on the fastball, but we've seen in this series him hit a lot of breaking balls. This one a sweeper out of the park, and when he starts a ball game, he's been doing really good. 4 of his last 7 starts have been multiple hit games. He's only had 10 all season long, so certainly heating up Joey Ortiz.
Oh, by the way, still playing outstanding defense, too. It's the Brewers and the Cardinals. We have reached the series finale at St. Louis. We'll get it going right after this.
Now.
Hey, my daughter got Camper of the Week.
Wow, that's a big deal. We got a big deal, too. Right, Mom?
Okay. See that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe over there? We only paid.
Listen, that
Nice. Enjoy your new car.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus $1,500 bonus cash on the Santa Fe, or get up to $3,000 total savings on the Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
The one you've been waiting for. Cheerios Protein, now in Honey Nut.
T-Mobile has the best network. That's why there's no better place to get iPhone 17 Pro on them. Hold on.
We should have music. You gotta feel it. I sure dance.
This is big. At T-Mobile, get the incredible iPhone 17 Pro on us.
To build it like Beckham, Behr Marquee covers in one coat so you can paint it like Paul, roll it like Rachel, and have more time to watch it like the Wesleys.
James? Okay. Hello, Wendy. Plutôt goûte à la bikini?
Wendy's Minions and Monsters meal. Minions and Monsters. In theaters now.
Mark and Mallory just said I do to a life together, and a life with Landmark Credit Union. We set them up with a joint checking account and a great rate on an auto loan for their new home away from home. They could manage their money anywhere with our mobile app. When it was time for a home at home, they got a quick pre-approval online for a mortgage. Congrats, you two. May you bank happily ever after. Landmark Credit Union. Banking made easy.
Brewers TV presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. We're back in St. Louis. 5th and final game of the series. Tim Dillard and Sophia Minter down on the field. Jeff Levering along for the ride. Andre Palante just taking the field for the Cardinals. The Brewers trying to win 4 of 5 in this series. Swept the doubleheader on Tuesday, won the opener on Monday. Dropped the game last night. It's Pat Murphy and his squad with 58 wins on the season. They have already won the season series against the Cardinals. 7 games out of the first 9. A few more ball games to go against St. Louis the rest of the season. His starting lineup brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Garrett Mitchell in the leadoff spot for the first time since the Brewers were last here in St. Louis. Jackson Chourio follows them. Bryce Terrain back in the starting lineup after a day off. Contreras, Bowers, and Vaughn. Frelick, Pratt, and Ortiz round out that starting 9 against right-hander Andre Palante. He's got plenty of experience against the Brewers.
Yeah, 27 years old. He was a 4th rounder for the Cardinals 2019. It's his 5th season and 3rd as pretty much every 5-day starter St. Louis is 11-6 in his starts this year, but the one thing you need to know is he is a ground ballsman. Doesn't get a lot of walks, doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. It's about making weak contact happen on the ground and letting his pretty elite defense make all the plays for him.
Speaking of that defense, why don't you tell us about it, Tim?
I will. There's Torres out in left, Church in center, Nukbar in right, Fermin, Wynn, Weatherholt, Burleson around the infield, Ivan Herrera pushing the buttons for Andre Palante.
Our home plate umpire tonight is the crew chief, Todd Titchener. Clint Vondrak is over at first base. Adam Hammery is at second base, and Jen Powell is over at third. All set to go. We had some rain earlier this afternoon, but I'm going to knock on everything we've got around us. Say we're smooth sailing
pretty sure
the rest of the way.
That's Formica that you're.
Whatever it is, it better be good luck, because we got a game tomorrow in Pittsburgh. Garrett Mitchell in that leadoff spot against Andre Palante. The 7th time this year that he has been in the leadoff spot. Season numbers for him. He's 6 for 12 in this series against the Cardinals. Andre Palante all set for his first pitch. It's presented by Aurora Healthcare. And it is on the way to Mitchell. Line down the left field line, foul. Off we go. Shaping up to be one of the better crowds we've had in this series. Not been drawing very well in St. Louis. Just over 20,000 each of the first 3 days of this series. Mitchell takes up and in. Cardinals 5 games over 500, 9.5 games behind the first place Brewers. Palante's 1-1 on the way to Mitchell. It's a strike at the knees. Threw him a slider, throws that slider a ton.
Not as much to lefties. Usually 4-seam fastball and curveball, but lefties bat 20 points higher at 254. Righties 234 against Palante.
Looked at the curveball low and in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full arsenal here for Palante.
One thing to keep in mind too, it's first inning probs for Palante. ERA almost a 7. Once he settles in though, latter innings very good.
Up and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brewers got him in 6 innings, 5 runs on 8 hits. Gave up a homer to Andrew Vaughn in that game. 3-2. And a chopper hit towards second base. Weatherholt has it and throws out Mitchell. Tim, how about your Miller time game plan?
Oh, delicious. Lift and separate. This guy wants ground balls. He thrives on ground balls. It's very critical to his success. So if you can go down there and lift it, get it in the air, maybe those where the extra base hits come from, and then keep the change. This is for Logan Henderson. His changeup is one filthy animal, and St. Louis Cardinals batting .210 against changeups and splits this year. Hopefully that usage goes up.
First offering to Jackson Chourio, quiet in the series. Just 1 out of 16. Takes a fastball high. Had a good trip down to Arizona, but a team that he usually hits very well against, the St. Louis Cardinals, this series has not been the one for him. Hoping to turn it around in the finale.
Well, it's been mostly strikeouts and fly balls, and you know, we've highlighted the guys that have really had good series. Turing's on deck, Pratt, Ortiz, Mitchell, but Chourio, Contreras, and Frelick have struggled on this road trip for the most part.
Contreras 0 for 12 in this series. Frelick 1 out of 11.
Well, together they're just 10 for 70 on the road trip. A very successful road trip for the Brewers overall.
Slightly low with that sinker. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you got to think the game plan for the Brewers against Palante is see it up. See that pitch up. Wait till he makes a mistake at the top of the zone.
Liner to center. Caught. Church makes the play. Ball hit hard. 2 up and 2 down for Bryce Terang. Got a full day off yesterday. That was important for him. He's been grinding through. He's played virtually every single day for the Brewers. 87 of the 92 games thus far.
Yeah, when he's not in the lineup for those 5 games, Brewers are 1-4. Just shows how important he is, plugged into every single game. And I mean, if you're going to give him an off day, give him an off day after he plays a doubleheader. That's the day to do it. And he's had some success against Palante as well.
That's a strike, even though it wasn't caught by the catcher Herrera. Terang 6 out of 15 lifetime against Palante. The old dugout chatter: if a catcher missed the pitch on a strike, got to catch strikes.
Clink, clink.
Here's the 0-2 to Terang. Check the swing, didn't go.
It's a really good curveball. I think it was more just the speed than anything else. 80 miles an hour on the heels of, we've already seen 95. Fastball up to 97 already early in the game.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Terang. 5 2/3 innings last time out for Palante. That was in a 17-1 win against the Cubs. His 10th win of the year. 2-2 coming. Ground ball sharply hit to second. Weatherholt to a knee. And throws out Terang. It's a 1-2-3 first inning. We get Logan Henderson for the first time since the end of May. Takes the mound at Busch when we come.
Very moment, start of the light. It's Miller time.
No score. Bottom half of the first inning. Cardinals coming up. Ollie Marmol, 500 team here at Busch Stadium this year. And starting lineup brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Weatherholt, Herrera, Burleson in there. Walker, Nootbaar, Wynn, Torres, Fermin, and Church alternating the lefties and the righties. They get Logan Henderson in a nasty changeup, starting again for the first time since the latter stages of May.
Yeah, his changeup usage is down 10% from last season, so hopefully he is able to break that out.
There's a line drive down the right field line. Weatherholt opens up with an extra base hit as that one rattles off the wall. Frelick gets it in, and the Cardinals start just like they did last night with a double. First pitch fastball down and in. Weatherholt went down and got it.
Yep, same thing, except it was Mason Wynn going to right field on a first pitch ambush. This is a heater just down and in. And it's not a good feeling when you get on the mound and you're trying to get comfortable in the first pitch and suddenly you got a man in scoring position.
First start for Henderson since the 22nd of May. That was against the Dodgers. Went 5 scoreless in that game. 2 rehab starts. That lower back issue. Herrera lines it foul first base side. Cardinals have been attacking early this entire series. Got to expect that if you're Henderson.
Well, Henderson's been here. He has seen what has gone on. He's probably talked to his teammates on what this team has been doing. And they've had a pretty much different lineup every time out, different leadoff men. But one thing has stayed true. They are going up there and swinging in the first few pitches.
Just missed on that last pitch. The cutter. The cutter is the new pitch for Henderson. It's added a different dimension this year. 1-1 to Herrera. Ground ball to the right side. Gets Weatherholt over to third. Terang throws out Herrera, 1 away. Defense behind Logan Henderson, Tim.
Brought to you by Landmark Credit Union. Churio, Mitchell, Frelick in the outfield. Ortiz back at third. Cooper Pratt at short. Bryce Terang fresh off the off day at second base. Andrew Vaughn at first. William Contreras pushing the buttons for Logan Henderson.
Saw Frelick battling that setting sun in right field. It played some tricks on Luis Lara there last night. Infield is up. Burleson takes down and in with a changeup.
You know, one thing the Cardinals have done really well in this series is just situational hitting. You got a leadoff double, and then all of a sudden Herrera comes up and he's purposefully trying to get inside the baseball to hit the ball behind the runner to get him to third.
Wave and a miss, backed up that changeup with another one. It's as good a changeup as there is in the big leagues. Facing the Cardinals for the first time. Another wave and a miss at the change.
Well, that's how good that changeup is. 3 in a row. And really no adjustment from Burleson.
See if he throws a 4th straight. He's ahead 1 ball 2 strikes, looking for a strikeout. And he got him with the changeup. 4 straight change pieces.
I love it. The Cardinals had 8 outs on changeup in yesterday's ball game. They're susceptible to it. And I mean, the action on that pitch, it's almost like a curveball with all that depth. It's like a wiffle ball changeup. That's the one you throw to your kids and feel like, hey, good luck hitting that.
Look out, first pitch with Jordan Walker. He hacking away at that first pitch cutter, and he fouled it off the mask of Contreras. Walker has 5 hits in this series, couple of extra base hits. Just added to the home run derby that'll be Monday in Philadelphia. First to 70 RBIs this year in the big leagues. Swing and a miss at that change. It's 0-2.
Well, the reason the changeup usage has gone down for Logan Henderson is because of that cutter. But when you run into a team that has struggled with a specific pitch, you really got to lean into that one.
He's going to call timeout here. Just wait.
Ready?
He didn't call time. There it is.
We've seen this. We've seen this episode.
Well, we've been here for a month, so I mean, yeah. I get it.
Took a couple weeks, but figured out the pattern. I will say this: I'm calling him to be the winner in the home run derby. Just from what I've seen for batting practice in this series, this guy's got something special.
0-2 change up low. Well, hopefully he keeps all those home runs for Monday and doesn't hit any for the rest of this series. The Braves are in town after the Brewers depart. Braves might already be here. They played in Pittsburgh earlier today.
That's why they were kicking us out of the hotel, Jeff.
It makes sense now. 1-2 pitch. Got him looking with a heater. Leadoff double, no big deal for Logan Henderson. Ground ball, strikeout, strikeout. Henderson back on the hill for the Brewers. The first time since late May. And he catches Walker looking. No score. Brewers Cardinals looking up at St. Louis from our dirt cam at second base. Andre Palante back to work against Contreras, trying to find his bat. Last couple of days of the first half. 0 for 12 in this portion of the series against St. Louis. It's in there for a strike. Palante, Tim, we talk about it every time he pitches against the Brewers. His action with that arm angle is a lot like the old Iron Mike pitching machine, straight over the top.
Yeah, just not as big and metallic and blue and similar arm pad, though. Just put the ball in it and just straight over the top. Reminds me of like an old Mike Fiers or even a Brandon Kinsler, where the ball goes way down, the armpit goes way high, and then you just rock and fire.
Palante, who began his career in the bullpen, had some success out there, has been starting the last couple of years as Contreras hits one foul just below us. Oh, nice play right in front of us. Reached over and made the catch and saved his buddy's nachos.
Yes. I think the kid next to him would have caught it, but he didn't want to drop the nachos.
It's a good business decision. You spent $20 on those nachos.
I was about to say about $35 nachos.
Down and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Contreras.
Well, this is a good sign because Contreras has been, when he struggles, it's been a 1-pitch at bat, a 2-pitch at bat, 3-pitch, and For him to already get in a full count shows an approach in this game.
3-2 coming from Palante. Got in on his hands into shallow right. It's Weatherhold. Makes the catch. 4 up and 4 down against Palante thus far. Brings up Jake Bauers. Bauers has been 3-spot last night. Was 0 for 3 with a walk. 3 for 12 in the series with a couple of doubles. Breeze blown out towards right tonight. Took it high with a slider. 16 home runs for Bauers to lead the Brewers. Ground ball through the left side. Nice base hit by Jake Bauers. First hit of the night.
Probably not the best place to throw a fastball after going above the zone with a slider. He throws a fastball at the top of the zone, tries to sneak it by him. One thing Bauers has done exceptionally well this season is hit the ball to the opposite field.
Brings up Vaughn. Homered against Palante earlier this year. And takes a strike on the corner. Brewers have not hit a home run in this series against the Cardinals. A lot of extra base hits, but no homers to this point. Vaughn takes strike 2 at the knees. This was Vaughn earlier this year against Andre Palante. One of his first games back after starting the season on the injured list. Played in 1 game and then had his hamate bone broken on his hand. Came back May 6th and then homered against Palante.
That was in the first inning too. They really jumped on him, and that was enough to go to the distance to get the win.
Down and away, scoots away from Herrera, and to second base goes Bauers. Wild pitch.
This is the knuckle curveball. Looks like it hits about even with the plate in the left-handed batter's box. It's a tough one to block. It's always going to bounce to your right. Hard to get your feet around it to try to block it and keep it in front.
One-two. Skips it in the dirt again.
That one almost hit our dirt can.
Careful. Can we write an invoice if they spin a curveball off that thing?
Maybe so.
Back to Palante. They've got Bauers caught. Bauers with his tricky move, and he is safe. Fermin got off balance, and Bauers somehow with a matrix move got around Fermin.
Whoa.
That is awesome. Ollie Marmol will not challenge.
I mean, they don't draw. You're not really supposed to just pick it up and go to the lead base, but he had Bauers so far out in front, but the throw takes Fermin to his knees, and I like how Bauers saw the momentum and said, no, I'm going to go to the other side. Look at him. His momentum's going towards home plate, so he's like, well, I'm going to take this out route.
Put your feet in the dirt and go get them. So runners are on the corners for Sal Frelick with only 1 away. Sal took one inside, ball 1. Scoring opportunity now for the Brewers. Can they take advantage of the break? Frelick, base hit into right. The Brewers are going to take the lead. Vaughn stops at second base. Sal Frelick with an RBI single. 1-0 Brewers. Just his second hit of the road trip.
Man, thanks to Bauer's dodgeball move at third. Ends up scoring on this knuckle curveball by Sal Frelick. We've seen a couple of them skip in the dirt. This one at the bottom of the zone. Frelick just goes down and gets it. Vaughn retreats for a moment. Runners at first and second for Cooper Pratt.
He's had a great series, 5 out of 13, including his first big league triple. Two for 3 last night, drove in the only run of the game for the Brewers with the sacrifice fly. Overall on the road trip, 7 for 19. That's towards the middle, through base hit. Vaughn coming around third. The throw goes to second. It's 2-0 on the broken bat hit by Cooper Pratt.
The bat dies a hero. Squeaks it up the middle. Stay hot, Cooper Pratt. Using all fields. When he first came up, everything he was hitting was to right field. In this series, we have seen rockets to left field. And this one, he just stays on it enough. If he rolls his wrist right there, it is a ground ball to third or shortstop. If he stays on it into center field, we take a look at Vaughn scoring from second on our Potawatomi Sportsbook wire can.
It brings a visit to the mound by the pitching coach, Dusty Blake, to talk with Andre Palante. 4 straight base runners, and the Brewers taking advantage of Bauer's getting caught in between second and third, but a nice move to get around the tag of Fermin. And Joey Ortiz, who's been one of the hottest hitters for the Brewers, is coming up. Between Pratt and Ortiz, they're combined 11 for 26 in the series.
Yeah, doing a lot of damage as well. And all 3 hits so far in this inning have been on the second pitch. You got to think that was probably brought up on the mound visit, is that they are swinging early at your stuff.
2-0 Milwaukee. Good speed on the base paths. Ortiz hacking at the first one. They go to second for 1, on to first. It's a double play. And Palante gets the big ground ball. Win to Weatherholt. They turn 2. The Brewers score 2 of their own.
Series finale between the Brewers and the Cardinals here, and last night Kyle Harrison took the mound, and it was a short start for him, just 4 innings on 70 pitches, and found out after the game that Harrison has been dealing with some soreness on the outside of his elbow, and that affected him last night, and it's been a frustrating finish for him here on the road trip. He had the short start at the start of the trip on Friday against the Diamondbacks, not able to make it out of the 3rd inning, and then last night again just 4 innings for him. But he said, you know, overall he does not think that this is going to be serious. The All-Star break coming at a good time. Pat Murphy saying probably dealing with some fatigue, and Harrison saying that, you know, he just didn't have the same finish on his pitches that he is used to having. We saw the velocity tick up and down for him, and just had some long innings. So he feels like some rest, some recovery will be good for him. He might get a break coming out of the All-Star break as well. So he'll just continue to get treatment on that left elbow. But certainly a frustrating finish, guys, to what was otherwise a great first half for Harrison. 17 games, a 3.01 earned run average, and the Brewers going 12-5 with Harrison on the mound.
Well, he has an opportunity to get at least 10 days off potentially without throwing, because the next game out of the break is going to be on Friday. The Brewers could manipulate it to where he doesn't work until the 5th starter coming out of the break if they so choose.
Yeah, you never, want to have a guy that's injured. You don't want to ever have to go through it. But if it has to happen right before the All-Star break, that's a good opportunity. And who knows, maybe it's just a couple of days thing and he'll just feel right as rain.
Newbar rolls over to first. Vaughn's got it, flips over to Henderson. Another out on the changeup.
Well, it would have been 9 outs on changeup yesterday. One of those was a ground ball error. But when you're watching a game like that and you're seeing everything else being hit pretty much, the slurve wasn't as effective for Harrison, but he wanted to go to the changeup. Said later that forearm soreness was keeping him from throwing it, but he kept doing it as best he could because it was effective.
Mason Wynn coming up. He's in the number 6 spot of the order. He was a leadoff man yesterday against Harrison. Doubled and scored in the first inning. Henderson, a ground ball hit to third. Tough hop on Ortiz, stays with it and throws out Mason Wynn. Low to high, kids. It's the best way to go, fielding ground balls.
There's nothing better watching Joey Ortiz take infield. It's just textbook. It's how you want to teach it, and you wonder why not everyone does it that way. It's honestly because they can't. It's just that good.
Two away for Brian Torres. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. Torres got the last 6 outs on the mound in game 2 of the doubleheader on Tuesday night. Tipped the radar gun at 32 miles an hour. But he put up 2 zeros. That was the key.
And he was able to retire Jackson Churio from the left side of the plate. Few have been able to do that.
He's the only one.
He's the only one.
0 for 1 from the left side. I didn't look at his baseball reference page. Do they have him as 0 for 1 as a left-handed batter?
I don't know. It takes a day or two to update on that, but I bet it's made its way.
He'll always be 0 for 1 unless he hits from the left side again, which who knows. I would think not, but crazier things have happened. 1-2 on Torres. Missed low with a fastball. Torres 0 for 6 in the series with 5 strikeouts. He is 0 for 1 as a left-handed batter, by the way. It is on his platoon splits. Torres into right. Back goes Frelick onto the edge of the warning track, and he makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Logan Henderson. Shutdown inning for Hendo.
Brewers.com.
The newest Brewers bobblehead is almost here. Get a Brandon Woodruff trading card bobble for the first 25,000 fans at the game Saturday, July 18th, courtesy of PNC Bank. See the bobble and get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
Series right after the All-Star break. The Marlins, the Mets, and then the Rockies. 9 games in that homestand. Garrett Mitchell takes inside for ball 1, back to the top of the order for a second time against Palante. There's a strike on Mitchell with a fastball. 9 for 25 on this road trip for Garrett. The extra base hits have been there. That one down the left field line. That will be a base hit. Mitchell around first, and he'll put on the brakes. Probably a good decision to lead off this inning. Torres got to it quickly. Leadoff man is on.
Well, he's probably thinking, I'll just take a single and not risk it and then just steal second base. But this is what Mitchell has been doing the last couple of weeks, is using the opposite field. And I feel like for every time he crushes a ball, he also does get a hit that's not hit as hard, but he's hitting the ball harder than in July than anybody.
Churio line to center, and he hits one foul right side. Big right side of the infield for Churio to hit through. And he pulled it foul. Went in with a fastball. See how they're positioning Jackson Churio. Brewers have not run a ton in this series. Pedro Pajes does a great job of controlling the running game, but you can get some bags against Herrera. Oh, 2 low. Herrera has not caught a potential stolen base stealer since the 1st of September 2024. 47 for their last 47.
You can steal on Palante too. He's given up 9 stolen bases with 0 caught stealings.
Mitchell back with a dive.
Felt like it a little bit in the last series in Arizona. There were a couple of times you just almost thought for sure they're going to steal in this moment. Nobody went.
Another toss to first. Mitchell was leaning slightly.
It only seems that way because you're only wearing one shoe.
That's right. Thought it was the one sock deal. I haven't done laundry in a while. Been on this road trip. Been in St. Louis for a month. 1-2. That's base hit to left. Pulled his hands through. Guides it into left field. Back-to-back hits for Mitchell and now Chourio. Brewers are set up in the 3rd.
Yeah, that was a sinker way in off the plate. Palante's been doing that. He got Contreras in the 2nd inning with that similar pitch. And Chourio very happy. You could tell he was like, yes, got it through there. Right through the 6 hole. Tough pitch to hit.
Just his 2nd hit of this series. Now it's Turang. Trying to shoot one the opposite way. Wynn is holding Mitchell close at second base. Turang through the right side, of base hit. Mitchell sent around 3rd. The throw will go to second base. Bryce Turang makes it 3-0. Chourio takes 3rd on the play. RBI number 55 for Turang.
6th hit by the Brewers and the 5th one on the ground. It's singles night here at the ballpark for the Brewers. Fastball in. And I mean, he does not really pull a lot of pitches, but I think he was not going to get cheated on this. Gets around it right through the 4-hole, scores Mitchell easily. Runners at the corners.
Contreras RBI opportunity. Runner goes. Taken. Throw down to second base is late. Make it 48 for the last 48 against Herrera. Too easy for Bryce Turang. Got a huge jump. No chance for Herrera.
Number 15 for Turang.
Infield comes up for St. Louis. Already 3-0 Brewers in the 3rd. Ground ball left side. Wynn with an acrobatic pick, and he steps over Fermin and throws out Contreras. That's some nimble footwork there for Mason Wynn.
I think Fermin's starting to be like, am I invisible? Can no one see me? Bowers avoids me. Mason Wynn, my own teammate, avoids me. Just feeling in the way right now. Goes after it, falls down. You just don't see that every day. Thought Chourio was going to take off, but once Mason Wynn had the ball in his hand, I mean, you don't challenge that arm.
Is Fermin playing for the Reds? Or is he a Cardinal right now? This has been quite the day at third base for Fermin. It's like the left fielder for the Bad News Bears, as Bowers will challenge. And he's going to win this challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pitch is the ball. Milwaukee has 2 remaining.
It's like playing left field for the Bad News Bears and Kelly Leaks on your team.
Everywhere.
Vogie likes it.
I might be laughing because that pitch looked like it was 6 inches above the zone. Called a strike.
Because it was. 1-0 to Bowers. Swing and a miss. Bowers. This is earlier with Firmino over at third base. Bowers hung out to dry between second and third, and what? Nope, no dice for you. She's gonna neo this thing over to third. One to Bowers. Fly ball right field. It is back and it is gone into the bullpen. A 3-run bomb for Bowers, and the Brewers up to a 6-0 lead. Hanging curveball, and Bowers knew exactly what to do with it.
A 3-run jomer, a Bauer ball. Bowers by name, Bowers by reputation. Doubles the score. Brewers up 6-0 on the Cardinals here in the top of the third.
Vaughn will take a strike with a slider. 17 home runs on the year now for Jake Bowers. Got back-to-back curveballs from Palante. That second one had some fat dripping on it. Vaughn fouls it away.
I'm interested on that kind of sequence. You go slider up above the zone, and then you throw curveball down in the zone, and then a curveball right down the middle. Obviously, you didn't want to throw it right down the middle, but when you double up like that, you're going to give up something hit hard.
Bowers with his 7th 3-run homer of the year. Catching up to Willie Adames from a couple of years ago. He was the king of the 3-run homer. Ground ball to second base. 3 hops out to Weatherholt. 2 away in the third. Sal Frelick, who put the Brewers on the board. An RBI single in the second coming up again. "17 home runs for Jake Bowers. He had 19 total coming into the year, his last 2 seasons with Milwaukee.
Well, if you're Palante and you're facing Bowers, who hits a fastball to the opposite field, you're thinking, okay, that's his approach. So what do? You throw him some breaking balls, and he pulls it.
Ground ball short. Wynn takes care of it. The Brewers score 4 times. Terang with an RBI single, and then Jake Bowers, the team leader in homers, got a hanging curveball, deposits it in the Cardinals bullpen.
Hometown service.
Six 0 Brewers, and Logan Henderson gets back to work. He'll face 8-9-1 for the Cardinals. He's retired the last 6 he's faced. Gave up a leadoff double to Weatherholt. That's it. Jose Fermin can't avoid him now. He's at the plate. Takes strike 1. He's 4 for 12 in the series, including a home run yesterday. His 4th of the year. Okay, plays all over the field. We've seen him at second, third, left. Down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. One on the way. Popped him up. Cooper Pratt says he has it, and does. 1 gone, and now a message from Potawatomi Sportsbook.
When Potawatomi Sportsbook invited me, John Kuhn, to be their spokesperson, I had to join the team.
Yes! Yeah! Potawatomi Sportsbook. Your sport, our stadium.
Nathan Church, number 9 hitter, 1 for 12 in the series. taking over as the everyday center fielder for St. Louis. Out in front of a changeup, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brewers getting to Palante yet again. 6 runs, matching a season high. Also gave up 6 runs in April against Boston. Church off the end of the bat into center. Easy play for Garrett Mitchell, 2 away. Back to Weatherholt, the top of the order.
Yeah, Palante just hasn't fared well here at Busch Stadium. He's 4-5 with right around a 5 ERA. Now on the road, he's 6-0 with a 2.3 ERA. Something about this setting just doesn't sit right with Palante.
Weatherholt takes a strike with that changeup. There's just some big numbers here in St. Louis for him. 6 runs, 5 runs, another 6-run appearance today. Gave up 5 against Miami. So when he gets hit hard. Tends to happen in St. Louis. Weatherholt, fly ball foul left side. It's 1-2.
Well, it's been mostly ground balls outside of the single opposite field by Mitchell and of course the home run by Bowers. I mean, if you're a ground ball pitcher and you're getting ground balls, you can't control whether it goes to somebody or not. And you're going to try to err on the side of, okay, I just keep throwing the ball. They're going to eventually hit it to somebody. That's when we saw the double play that ended the second. But there's a lot of singles mixed in between.
1-2 down the left field line. Chourio giving chase. It's in the seats. The Bowers home run, the first home run hit by the Brewers in this series against the Cardinals. Second. Ortiz hit one game 2. I forget about that second game sometimes. My apologies. 1-2. Ground ball to second base. Terang's got it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Logan Henderson. He's retired 9 in a row.
It's a margarita.
For every Brewers RBI, Northwestern Mutual Foundation funding 5 hours equivalent to $250 of childhood cancer research. Northwestern Mutual and the Brewers proud to partner in curing childhood cancer. Cooper Pratt has one of those RBIs tonight. Run scoring single back in the second. And it takes ball 1. 2 in the second, 4 in the third for the Brewers. Cardinals got a good start from McGreevy last night, 6 1/3. Used 3 out of their bullpen. Around the corner of the slider, 1-2. Helped out after their doubleheader where their bullpen was used a ton. Brewers got through that doubleheader only having to use a handful of pitchers. They're in really good shape bullpen wise.
I think there were some great performances up and down this entire road trip from that bullpen, saving games. You talk about what Chad Patrick has done, Grant Anderson, Garrett Stallings, Craig Yoho. I mean, these guys are coming in early in the ball game and just giving that length, give the team a chance to put some runs on the board and come back.
Pratt takes high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The bullpen has allowed just 4 earned runs in 28 innings on this trip. Chad Patrick out there on the left. Ty Duvall, the bullpen catcher, on the right. 3-2. Ball 4. So Pratt with a leadoff walk to start the 4th. And Joey Ortiz is coming up. I almost forgot that he hit a home run in the series, but he did. It was his 3rd of the year. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run number 3 for Ortiz.
It was a 1-run ball game. He walks up to the plate, makes it a 2-run game. Brewers kind of went off after that, scored a bunch.
The Cardinals scored 2 in the inning prior to make it a 3-2 game. So Ortiz takes it inside, and that home run catapulted the Brewers to a 7-run top of the 7th inning. Put that game out of reach, as you mentioned. Brewers ended up winning 10-2. And sweeping the doubleheader, sweeping a doubleheader against the Cardinals for the first time ever. High strike. Ortiz grimacing, did not challenge.
Really thought Ollie Marmol would go with McGreevy in game 2, but they wanted to push him and Palante back another day. It worked for McGreevy. He was sharp yesterday. Probably one of the best games we've seen him throw.
Ortiz towards the middle. Weatherholt goes to win. They get 1 there, and that's all. Nice play by Weatherholt. Fielder's choice for Ortiz. Not an easy play. Hitting a moving target and win.
Well, had no shot at Ortiz. The only thing they could do was steady up and get 1, and Pratt coming in.
Garrett Mitchell 1 out of 2, singled to start the 3rd inning, scored on the base hit by Terang. He lines it foul left side. Brewers with just 2 losses on this road trip so far. A win tonight would make them 6-2 in the first 8 of the 11 games in 10 days. In 18 games in 17 days overall. Brewers haven't had an off day since the latter stages of June before the Cubs series. Ground ball, first base side. Burleson has it. He'll tag out Mitchell. Just give him a fist bump there. It's all right. I'll give myself up. To second base goes Ortiz. Here's Churio. Hit the ball hard twice. Here's that play. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. I'm giving myself up.
What if he would just slipped behind him? Whoop. He could do it. Pull a Jake Bauers move.
Down and away. First pitch curveball from Palante. Going in on Churio. Fouled it away. Just his 2nd hit of the series back in the 3rd. Typically for Palante, if you get him, you got to get him early in the 1st inning. The Brewers with 2 in the 2nd and 4 in the 3rd.
Well, here he is in the top of the 4th with 2 outs, and here comes pitch number 70, which isn't that bad considering that he's given up 7 hits and 6 runs. Pitch count still on the lower side.
Swing and a miss. Chase the slider. Again, the Braves are coming into town. No days off for the Cardinals. The Cardinals have Chris Sale tomorrow. Counter with Leahy. Two. Line foul down the right field line. The Brewers will have Brandon Sproat against Braxton Ashcraft tomorrow. We're going to see some heat tomorrow out in Pittsburgh. Shane Drone in game 2 against Bubba Chandler, and then Jacob Mizorowski and Paul Skeens on Sunday. It's going to be a good one.
The Brewers are going to catch a red-hot Pirates offense.
Check the swing, didn't go. Pirates got doubled up today by the Braves 10-5. Ryan O'Hearn a couple of days ago hit 3 homers and drove 10 for Pittsburgh. He's hot. 3-2, runner goes. Swing and a foul.
Yeah, that's a lineup too. That's without O'Neal Cruz, Connor Griffin. They've had some injuries and they just keep trucking right along when it comes to scoring runs.
No matter what. We know that Brian Reynolds is. Doesn't matter how well or how bad he's hitting. When the Brewers come to town, he gets hot.
They'll drag him up to the batter's box. He'll still put up good at bats.
3-2. Hit to left. Got it off the end of the bat. Still carries out towards Torres onto the warning track. He makes the catch. Inning ends. Brewers strand a man at second base.
Inspired by the city that started it all.
Brewers fans in the house in St. Louis. Brewers up 6-0. How about we take a look at StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. Logan Henderson against Alec Burleson back in the first inning. You want to change up? You got it.
Keep the change, a filthy animal. I love it. It's that good of a pitch, and if he's able to spot it at certain points right around the zone, it's been devastating to lefties.
3 innings, no runs, just 1 hit to the first batter he faced. He has not walked a batter. A couple of strikeouts. Ivan Herrera 0 for 1. Even in the count, a ball and a strike. 9 straight set down by Logan Henderson. Cutter is starting to take on a new life form for him the last couple of innings. Good compliment to that fastball changeup combination.
He's got such a good four-seam fastball that moves towards righties. He's got the changeup that moves towards righties. He has the cutter and the slider to kind of offset that.
Change up there. Herrera not very convicted on his challenge because he knows he's out.
Pitches strike. Lewis has 1 remaining.
Todd Titchener got it right. 3rd strikeout for Logan Henderson.
Again, just a really good changeup. Look at that bottom of the zone, and I think Contreras just, I guess he was going off of, well, you didn't catch it well. That's why he challenged.
Herrera tapped the helmet to no avail. 1 challenge left for the Cardinals. Now Burleson gets another changeup. He has seen nothing but a changeup from Logan Henderson. He's thrown him such good changeups. He knows it's coming. He still can't hit it. And then he throws a fastball right down the middle. It's 0-2. That probably looked like it was coming in at 115 miles an hour.
Well, we can ask Jordan Walker. That's kind of how he pitched him back in the first inning. Struck him out looking on a fastball because he had slowed him down early.
0-2. Changeup hit into right center. An extra base hit for Alec Burleson. He went down and got that changeup. 0-2 double. So 2 hits for the Cardinals. They're both doubles.
Yeah, maybe went to the well too many times. Burleson makes an adjustment on changeup number 6 on the day. Sends it right center gap. Says, get off me, bat.
Henderson frustrated with himself. Not a bad location, but I think Contreras wanted it a little further south. Now it's Walker. Swinging away at that first pitch cutter. It's the same pitch that he got in the first at bat. Did the same exact thing. Backup cutter from Logan Henderson.
He's thrown that cutter several times first pitch to righties. just because the usage on the four-seam fastball and the changeup are so high. If you're sitting one of those pitches, you're going to get a cutter instead.
Ground ball to third. Ortiz comes up and gets the big hop, throws low, and Vaughn with a pick. 2 outs. Runner stays at second base.
That's a big out. Jordan Walker, 70 RBIs on the season. He has been good in this exact situation. Logan Henderson, second pitch after a cutter goes heater in, and Walker crushes it into the ground. Ortiz skipping rocks. Good pick over there by Vaughn.
Lars Nootbaar tapped over to first base. Lines one back up the middle, base hit. Burleson set. He'll score. It's 6-1. Cardinals are on the board. First pitch fastball right down the middle to Nootbaar.
Well, 2 of the 3 hits have been on the first pitch for the Cardinals offense. Not waiting around. Right down the middle, Mr. Nootbaar. Right back up the middle, umpire ducks. And that scores Burleson from second.
5-run game. First run allowed by Logan Henderson tonight. Mason Wynn, the ground ball to third. And opens up with that cutter for strike one. Shallow right, Frelick, long run. Frelick can't get there. He ran a country mile to try and get to that ball. Almost caught up to it.
There's a lot of foul ground over there before you get to the tarp, so it wasn't like he was worried about catching it and going into the wall that we've already seen on this road trip. So he was letting it eat.
We've seen and heard Pat Murphy talk about unnecessary dives. That would have been one that a dive would have been required. Oh, 2 pitch to Wynn. Just missed. 1-2. Not a bad idea on Mason Wynn. Trying to get through this 4th inning with just the 1-run scoring. And that one backed up on him, the cutter. Pitch count will be limited slightly for Logan Henderson tonight. His 2 rehab assignments. Pitched into the 70s, and his last time 63 pitches. It was more economical. It's more about the ups and downs. 2-2 to Mason Wynn. Change up, hit down the left field line, foul. Popped him up. Mason Wynn was not happy with that result as Turang makes the catch and the inning ends. Cardinals are on the board. Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Miller Lite, taste you can depend on, and by Northwestern Mutual. Discover a better way to money at northwesternmutual.com. Bryce Turang leads off against Palante in the 5th. First pitch is a strike on the corner. Base hit and an RBI in the 3rd inning. That 4-run 3rd for the Brewers. Try to tack on against Palante. Low strike. Turang has not been one to challenge much. He has challenged twice, won both of them. That's amazing. As many pitches as he's seen, he's only challenged twice. Turang fouls it away.
Some guys just don't want to do it, especially a hitter like Turang, who's so good with 2 strikes. It's like, I'm going to worry about this at bat, not really worry about challenging too much.
No need to challenge that one. I think that did hit our dirt cam. Got close.
Then hit the wall and then went back across the plate.
Struck him out with a high fastball.
Think you know the Brew Crew? Put your Brewers knowledge to this test with the Brewers Guess Who giveaway for the first 25,000 fans at the game Saturday, July 25th, courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Get your tickets at brewers.com/giveaways.
See, William Contreras is on the box there.
Does he have a beard?
William Contreras does not. That gentleman does, and his lips are wearing sunglasses. Does your person have a Silver Slugger award? For Contreras, yes, a couple of them.
Have you seen the Guess Who game? Have you seen it?
I have. I have actually played it.
Nice.
One time. Spoiler alert, teaser alert. 1-1. It's down and away. You may see that game show up at some point in the near future.
Nice. Ooh. Could you name somebody that was not on that graphic that's in the game as one of the characters, or is that like a big reveal thing?
It could be a big reveal thing. It's kind of fun when you open the game up and you get a chance to set your own board and put where people go and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's fun. There may or may not be some bonus pieces.
Oh,
that are in the
you
pack.
You can slip them in there. See, that's the big reveal.
Check swing foul. It said may or may not.
Oh. Well, that's a bummer. If it's not,
it's definitely a may. Oh, that guy's stealing nachos. Ow.
You see?
You think she saw me? Did she see me? Wave and a miss. Contreras gone on strikes. Back-to-back Ks for Palante. First 2 strikeouts of the game for Andre Palante, and now it's Jake Bauers. Toyota drive of the game, his 17th home run of the season. Just continues to be on a tear since September of last year. Never let up.
Well, we talked about early on seeing the ball up and trying to get something in the air on the big ground baller. So when he saw that curveball hanging, put a great swing on it.
You see the 19 home runs combined between the last 2 seasons, 24 and 25, 17 home runs this year. Since September 3rd of last year, 105 games. Bauers hitting .286 with an OPS over 900. Ahead of the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
Well, he was kind of given the opportunity once Vaughn was injured early in the season, and he took advantage of it so he could face lefties and righties.
Became the everyday first baseman, and then when Vaughn came back, they had to keep the bat in the lineup. He's been in left, see him in right. Tonight DHing with Christian Yelich on the bench. And that's ball 4 on Jake Bauers. 4 straight, 2-out walk. Quick message from Gruber Law Offices.
Get a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. The one call, that's all.
Andrew Vaughn 0 for 2 against Palante today. takes down low. 5 straight out of the zone from Palante. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Andre. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Brewers offense. Vaughn into left, just off the handle. Torres is there, puts away Vaughn. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. More nachos, please.
We're back at Busch Stadium, and recently the Brewers Community Foundation partnered with We Energies Foundation to host 1,000 Boys and Girls Club members from across the state at a recent Brewers game. The kids received a Brewers shirt and lunch prior to the game before cheering on the crew. All had a great time. Well done there by BCF hosting all of those kiddos from the Boys and Girls Club.
Brewers always out in the community. Thank you, Sophia. Brian Torres leads things off for the Cardinals in the 5th. 7, 8, and 9 against Logan Henderson. And it's fouled away. 0-2. Again, taking a peek at that pitch count for Logan Henderson at 52 as we begin the 5th inning. Stretching going on in the Brewers bullpen. Nobody playing catch. 0-2 coming to Torres. Skipped in the dirt. Torres flying to right back in the 2nd inning. Towards first and foul. Stubby Clapp moved out of his corner pocket.
First time in 5 games in 4 days.
And he's wearing that area out. He is on the same exact spot every pitch. Backed him up with that cutter. Good pitch, just missed. 2-2.
I really like the cutter from Henderson, a guy that last year mainly 2-pitch pitcher, forcing fastball, changeup. Now the cutter, the guys, they can't sit on a pitch. It's a good miss a barrel type pitch. Not always a strikeout pitch, but miss the barrel.
To second base, Terang ranging, spinning and throwing in time. Makes that play look so easy, and it's anything but.
Ranging to his left, times his steps. Perfect throw. Good thing Vaughn got to first in time and looked up. The ball was right in his glove.
Again, he makes that play look so ho-hum. Spinning and throwing in one motion. Cutter has taken shape in the latter stages of this game. He's still throwing more changeups than anything else. Change up for a strike. 1-1. Fermin popped a short to open up the 3rd inning. At one point, 10 straight batters retired by Logan Henderson. Burleson doubled with 1 away in the 4th. Lars Nootbaar singled him home with 2 outs. The only run for the Cardinals. Fermin off the end of the bat to left. 2 away in the 5th. And now a message from Aurora Healthcare.
How does it feel? Amazing. One of my best days ever.
Nathan Church fly to center field. Church pounds it into the ground first base side right by the bag. Vaughn's there. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Logan Henderson in the 5th.
Sportsbook. Your sport, our stadium.
We're back at Busch Stadium. The Brewers with a 6-1 lead as we head to the 6th inning. A look at Christian Yelich in the Brewers dugout, getting a day off today as he's trying to work himself out of a slump. And Pat Murphy shared with us that no one is working harder than Christian to get himself right on this road trip. He is batting below 200, just 5 for 29. He did have 3 hits in game 1 of the doubleheader, but Murph and Yelly had a conversation earlier today where Murph presented him with a list of names of other superstars in the league who are underperforming by their own expectations and also doing it as leaders and on teams that also have postseason aspirations. So some of the names that he mentioned were Manny Machado, Mookie Betts, Francisco Lindor, Alex Bregman, Trey Turner. And his point to Christian was that you hang in there, right? You get through it. They're going to allow him time to get through it. They're giving him the day to just work through things. And he also said that Yelich has been coming over early every day with himself and Daniel Vogelback just to get extra work in the cage. And he says, Christian has the highest expectations of himself of anyone. He certainly takes his responsibilities as the leader and the designated hitter on this team seriously. And he doesn't want to let people down, and he's frustrated by the results that he is getting. So he said it was a good conversation with Yelich. He'll continue to be at the top of the lineup, and he said, it's critical to this team and this team's success in order for them to play and win the way that they want to have Christian in there and to be leading things at the top of the order offensively.
Yeah, that's a great point, Sophia. Thank you. Yeah, I think you start looking at some of these names that Pat Murphy was showing to Christian Yelich, and some of these teams are not going to win if these guys don't perform. And then you got Christian Yelich, he's allowed to go through a slump right now because they're still winning ball games and guys are coming up big across this lineup.
Chopper down the third baseline, going to be a base hit for Sal Frelick to open up his 6th inning against Andre Palante. He has such high expectations of himself, and of course his first 2 years with the Brewers, 18 and 19, wins the MVP in 2018. For all intents and purposes, should have won it in 19. Gets hurt at the end of the year. Cody Bellinger ends up winning the MVP, but Yelich put up better numbers and missed the last 3 weeks of the season. But he certainly has the highest expectations for himself. No one's working harder than he is. I mean, he's even carpooling to the ballpark with Daniel Vogelback and Pat Murphy too. Hopefully he's picking up the Uber fee, but nonetheless, Yelly's working hard. Get himself back in there. Palante, however, is out of there. Gastelum is coming in. Second big league appearance for Gastelum.
Earn more. What's in your wallet?
Wire Cam brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook. 6-1 Brewers. Cooper Pratt coming up against Luis Gastelum. Made his big league debut last night, 2/3 of an inning. Gave up a base hit. Double to Joey Ortiz. And a swing and a miss by Pratt. Pratt had a sacrifice fly against Gastelum.
Gastelum, you love saying that. It's a good name.
It is fun.
And he was good in Memphis. 2 ERA, just 5 extra base hits, over 40 innings of work.
Pratt off the end of the bat to right for a base hit. That's the 9th hit of the game for the Brewers. 2 on, nobody out for Ortiz. Pratt's 2 for 2.
Man, he has had some great at-bats in this series. I feel like he's doing everything right now. Walked his last at-bat to lead off the inning. He was walked 6 times as a leadoff guy, and here he's hitting the ball to right field. If Frelick's taking off right there, you're kind of hitting behind the runner, but big hole for him to work with. Comes up with a single.
Ortiz bunting foul on that first pitch fastball from Gastelum.
Gastelum should be careful. Joey Ortiz, last time he bunted the tweener play in between first and the pitcher's mound, and all sorts of chaos ensued after that.
Knocked down Brian Torres, who's playing second base. Ryan Stanek twisted his ankle on the same play. Bunting again and pulling it back for a ball.
Let's have a conversation about it. Burleson is not guarding the line like he was before. Of course, there was just a man on first in that last situation, not a man on second, so he didn't have to hold the runner. But he's definitely trying to take away for that possible tweener.
And a Good spin and a turn back towards second base. 5-run lead. Brewers are playing for much more than what they've got right now. Popped up the bunt. Herrera makes the catch. Pretty good pitch to bunt. Ortiz couldn't get the job done.
Well, still a man in scoring position for Garrett Mitchell.
One for 3 today, all against the starter Palante. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. That's the calling card for Gastelum, the changeup. Seen some good ones tonight from Logan Henderson on the Brewers side of things. Just a few over the minimum for Henderson. It's fouled back. Garrett Mitchell in an RBI opportunity. Batting average up to 276. And this is not just a quick 10-game blast of success for Garrett Mitchell, hitting .331 in his last 45 games. That's fouled and held onto by the catcher. Another good changeup from Gastelum. That's his first big league strikeout. He's going to hang on to that baseball.
Yeah, Herrera didn't put it together and call time and throw it off to the side, but Gastelum said, let's hold on to this bad boy. Really good changeup. It's so good it preceded him because Pat Murphy in his post-game interview was talking about what they were expecting from this pitcher.
Swing and a miss. Bugs Bunny changeup on Churio. Brewers had first and second, nobody out, popped up bunt, and then a strikeout. Churio bangs to third. Fermin will take it to the base. Hitting over. A couple of base hits. 2 left on. More Logan Henderson when we come back. Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest. And by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. The old mighty miss last time in the regular season in St. Louis for the Brewers as J.J. Weatherholt fouls the first one away against Logan Henderson out there for his 6th inning of work. He's given up just the 1 run on 3 hits. He's got 6 innings just once this year. That was in Washington, where he picked up his only loss despite it being a quality start. Brewers lost that game 3-2. Brewers have not given him a ton of run support. It's the most runs he's received other than the last appearance when the Brewers won 5-1 against the Dodgers. It was back in May 22nd. Weatherholt fouls it away. 1-2.
Yeah, he was good against the Dodgers. 5 scoreless, couple of hits, did walk 3 but struck out 7.
He's only walked 6 batters in the big leagues this year, covering 6 starts now. Not a ton of strikeouts tonight, just 3. But he has been pretty economical with his pitches. Bunch of 11 pitch innings. 2-2 on Weatherholt. Tried that change up, 3-2. Chad Patrick starts to play catch in the Brewers bullpen. And it hit him. No surprise there. Weatherholt among the league leaders in hit by pitches. He got plunked with a changeup. Leadoff man on for just the 2nd time, and it's Weatherholt for a 2nd time.
Yeah, he's in the top 5 that category. Some guys are just built that way. They want to be on base. They're just unwilling to move. Kind of just sticks in his hand too long with that changeup.
Conversation with Chris Hook coming while they chat. Message from Landmark Credit Union.
At Landmark Credit Union, banking made easy means managing your money anytime, anywhere. Whether you're relaxing on the couch or sliding into home plate, our top-rated app is a home run.
Logan Henderson may be getting towards the end of his rope. Chad Patrick getting loose against 67 pitches for Henderson. He was just over 60 in his last minor league appearance. Brewers bullpen is full tonight. Grant Anderson an inning and a third last night. Koenig for 2/3 of an inning, and then Stallings finished it out the last 2. Stallings option back down to AAA to make room for Henderson today. Ivan Herrera ground out strikeout. Use a ground out right now. Traditional slider for ball 1. Haven't seen many of those from Logan tonight.
Well, Logan Henderson really doesn't get a lot of ground balls. Usually his outs come from strikeouts and air outs.
This is a pop-up. Foul territory, third base side. Ortiz coming over, out of room. Oh, almost for that fan right next to Sophia. Had the best look at it than anybody. Right off his hand. Toss to first, back with a dive, Weatherholt. It's a 5-run lead for the Brewers in this 6th inning. 3rd time through against Henderson. Sitting on 69 pitches. Top of the zone with a changeup. 1-2. Brewers trying to take 4 out of 5 from the Cardinals. Only one other time have they won 4 games in a series in St. Louis. Back in 08. Got him through a fastball by him. 4th strikeout, 2nd time he's got Herrera.
And he got to do the little Henderson pop after this strikeout. He's fired up, slows him down with a changeup, and then there's that fastball that zips in, heading for the back armpit.
So I'm yelling at himself, fired up. He wants Burleson again. Doubled against him last time up. Pops this one foul. Slider from Logan Henderson. Steady diet of changeups thrown to Alec Burleson. Struck him out in his first plate appearance. Doubled on the changeup on an 0-2 pitch in the 4th. Threw it again, missed. 1 ball and 1 strike on Burleson. Patrick is ready in the bullpen. That's Gordon Graceffo for the Cardinals. Look at that outside corner with a changeup. 2-1.
I think Contreras is trying to slow Henderson down a little bit. Kind of speeding up his tempo a little bit. And it's unlike Henderson to do that.
3-1, and he walked him. So that brings up Jordan Walker, and I think that's going to be it for Logan Henderson. A hit by pitch and a walk in this 6th inning. First walk that he's issued in the game, and here comes Pat Murphy. Yeah, he's going to go get Logan Henderson after 5 1/3. Game far from over. It's a 5-run lead for the Brewers, but Chad Patrick will come in out of the bullpen to face Jordan Walker. Chad's coming in. Be back to St. Louis in a moment.
Solid stuffer.
Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got you covered this season. Visit MLBshop.com/Brewers, the official source for your Brewers gear.
Logan Henderson, 76 pitches, 5 1/3, responsible for both runners that are on base. Gruber Law Offices, 1 call, that's all. Call to the pen, brings in Chad Patrick to face the league leader in RBIs, Jordan Walker. 2 on, 1 away. First pitch, swing and a miss at the cutter. 3 at bats, 3 swings of the first pitch from Jordan Walker. He is struck out and bounced to 3rd. Ball and a strike. Patrick, 2 innings, 20 pitches on Monday, with 6 up, 6 down with a couple of strikeouts. Check the swing, appeal, didn't go.
Three straight cutters from Patrick. He does mix in the other fastballs. That's about all he throws. But Walker has not looked good on any of the cutters so far.
2-1. Off the end of the bat, shallow right. Frelick, long run. It's Vaughn. Can't catch up. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jordan Walker. That was a 4-seamer at 97 to Jordan Walker. Everything away in the sequence so far. And time called by Walker. Like clockwork.
He silenced the crowd too. They were cheering for him.
Two coming. 3 balls, 2 strikes with Newt Barr on deck.
Well, you know the scouting report is you cannot let this guy beat you. Burleson from the left side, Walker from the right side, because these are their RBI machines.
Walker 4 for 9 lifetime against Patrick. 3-2. Fly ball to deep left, and he beat him again. It's a 2-run game on the home run by Jordan Walker. Cardinals are right back in it.
This cutter is not where Patrick wanted it at all. With everything on the outer third and beyond, this one right down the middle to a guy that is probably trying to do this every time he swings the bat. And he hits it off Big Mac land.
22nd home run of the year for Jordan Walker. He's now got 73 RBIs, and it's Nootbaar who takes a strike, and it's a 2-run game. Coming in, Patrick had only allowed one inherited runner to score this season. He's now allowed 3 of the 14 big hugs in that dugout for Jordan Walker. 3 runs, 6 so far. Charged 2 of those runs to Logan Henderson. Nootbaar takes a strike. First time in his career he's allowed more than 2 runs in a start. Patrick all on his own now. And he got him looking. Perfect cutter on the outside corner. Good bounce back from Chad Patrick.
Yeah, works ahead and I think it goes backdoor with the cutter, down and away on Mr. Nootbaar. Nootbaar looked like he was about to challenge, but he was upset with it, decides not to do anything but turn and walk back.
Mason Wynn. The Brewers had built up that lead to 5 runs. They have had opportunities to add on, including in the 6th, 1st and 2nd with nobody out, and couldn't do it. And they're definitely going to have to add on. That middle of the order schedule. This Wynn goes to left. And Churio makes the play. Damage done. Jordan Walker, a 3-run home run. It's a 2-run lead for the Brewers as we go to the 7th.
Bet your money works here.
Toyota game reset, and the Brewers are up by just 2 now. Logan Henderson gives up 3 runs for the first time in his career. Bauer's a 3-run homer. Jordan Walker a 3-run homer. Middle of the order schedule, Bryce Terang against Gastelum. This is up and away. Terang, Contreras, Bowers in the inning. 22 home runs in the first half for Jordan Walker. Foul back. Two in this series for Walker. Brewers will try and answer back. They led 6-0 in this game going into the 4th. That caught the inside corner. 3-2. Terang into center. Church and a dead sprint back. Still back. It's gone. Right to the batter's eye for Bryce Terang. The Brewers indeed answer back as Terang hits his 13th.
That ball had some late life. It was hit and Church turned and was doing his best to get back there. Couldn't make it in time. Lands beyond 400. Bryce Terang answers back after the Walker 3-run homer.
Back up to a 3-run lead. Ollie Marmol's coming out. Pitching change. Graceffo coming in for St. Louis. (7-4) Brewers. Bryce Terang rehydrating after hitting a home run to straightaway center field.
Worked up a good sweat jogging around these bases. The way he hit it and the way he ran out, he wasn't even sure. But it clears the wall by a lot. 419 straightaway center field.
Now it's Contreras back up to a 3-run lead for the Brewers. Contreras takes high, still in search of his first hit of the series. Gordon Graceffo on for the 38th time this year, third time in this series. Check swing, ground ball out to Weatherholt. Throws out Contreras. 0 for 4 for William. Now it's Bowers. He's got the other home run tonight. 3 homers in the series for the Brewers. Ortiz homering in game 2 of the doubleheader Tuesday. That is outside and high for ball 1. Our Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard. Bowers and Turang each hitting home runs today. Caught the corner.
Graceffo faced Bowers in the 8th inning of game 1 of this series.
Last month.
There's a line out to center field.
Found away.
Bowers this season, even his outs are loud outs. I think that was the difference a little bit this year. There were guys hitting the ball hard. I would even go back to yesterday in the loss for the Brewers. They were hitting the ball hard. It was just right at people. That's what they preach. Keep making good contact and good at bats, and eventually it'll land.
And a challenge from Herrera. Missed the spot entirely. But the pitch is more than likely going to be a strike. Herrera waiting to throw it around.
6 is a strike. St. Louis has 1 remaining.
It's one of those where the catcher's set up in a totally different spot. You reach across your body. It's been a ball forever, but in today's day and age with the ABS system, it's a strike.
Well, the reason it's a ball is because the umpire his view is obstructed. Like, he just doesn't see it, and it just looks bad. You catch it bad, it just makes it look worse.
Here's Vaughn, and it takes a strike. Ball and a strike on Vaughn, who's 0 for 3. Christian Yelich working on his timing, his footwork. That's what the greats do. It just doesn't pertain to the on-deck circle. You can do that stuff in the dugout. Wherever you are, work on your timing.
See it a lot in batting practice. You'll see guys in the outfield. They're just working on their swing, holding a glove.
Stays the ball in 2 strikes. Luis Lara, big league debut in game 2 of the doubleheader on Tuesday. Started yesterday in right. Getting those legs loose. Never know you're going to need them late in the game. Vaughn fouls it away. Big answer by that man Bryce Turang in the 7th inning. After Jordan Walker's 3-run homer in the 6th. Vaughn to center. Back is Church. Brewers get 1 on the homer by Turang. His 13th of the season. Lean back on it. Brewers up by 3. It's 7-4 at the stretch in St. Louis. Telecast presented by authority. The Milwaukee Brewers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers. A couple of homers there by Bowers and Turang. 7-4 lead. The Brewers now outscoring the Cardinals 14-0 in the 7th inning of this series. And hitting almost 600. A .593 batting average. Torres takes a strike.
Lucky number 7 for the Brewers.
7 doubles, 2 homers, 14 runs scored. OPS over 1,000. On the ground to second base. Turang throws out Torres. How many doubles, Tim?
7.
7 doubles.
7.
How many? 7 in the 7th inning.
Incredible. Not sure why you draw it up. Otherwise, if it's a starter that's out there, the pitch count's really high. They have a plan against him. Right there, they took advantage of a young rookie pitcher, just his second outing. I don't really know why it happens to be the 7th inning, but 7.
Lucky number 7. At least in this series. Jose Fermin 0 for 2. Aaron Ashby loosening for the Brewers in this 7th inning. Could be for Weatherholt. Just one single for St. Louis. I mean, last night they were extra base hitting machine as well. 3 extra base hits tonight. This one to the right side. It's a fair ball for Vaughn. 2 away.
Hey, tonight's Tavern of the Game winner is Lucky's Ice House in Milwaukee. If the Tavern calls the Milwaukee Brewers by 10 a.m. tomorrow, they'll receive 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer is courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Nathan Church, number 9 hitter, 0 for 2. Strike 1 on Church.
I think it's a good move putting Chad Patrick back out there. I mean, they have guys in the bullpen. I mean, he's been your length guy. They could have gone to somebody else here for the 7th. For him to run back out, get a couple of quick outs, I think that's good for him. Made a bad pitch on a red hot hitter, a hitter that's going to the All-Star game that's been good all season long. I think it does even more damage if you're like, you know what, you're not going back out there. You're going to sit on that. How long you sit on that? A day or 2?
Got him. Gets Church and goes 3 up and 3 down in the 7th inning. Well, the Brewers are finally going to say goodbye to the city of St. Louis 2026. Hopefully getting out of town, winning 4 of 5 against the Cardinals.
PG.
Zipping down towards the Brewers dugout on our Potawatomi Sportsbook wire cam. Sal Frelick leads it off in the 8th inning against Gordon Graceffo, out for another frame, and he missed high, ball 1. 2 for 3 for Sal. He had just 1 hit on the road trip coming into today. Cardinals fans trying to start the wave late in the game. strike. It's 2-1. Starting with the rowdy bunch out in right. There they are. It's up and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. And they're getting some folks involved in the wave. That's good.
There are some people that are really against the wave.
Totally.
I'm okay with it. Especially at American Family Field. We're down there in Nelly's Corner. I get involved. I've never started a wave. Have you ever started a wave?
No. Can't say I've ever started one. Have participated for sure.
Yeah. Some people like, no, I will stay seated. My hands will stay at my side.
Swing and miss. With a high slider. Let's go downstairs, check in with Sophia. Sophia's really looking forward to getting to Pittsburgh like the rest of the team, because it feels like we've been in St. Louis all month.
Yes, it has. And there's one series left before the All-Star break. Some great pitching matchups on tap as well. Brandon Sproat, Shane Drowan get the first 2 games. And then on Sunday afternoon at PNC Park, Jacob Mizorowski and Paul Skeens, 2 All-Stars, of course. And they first met up last year, June 25th in Milwaukee. It was Miz's 3rd start of his career. He was able to go 5 scoreless innings, 8 strikeouts. He earned the win that day. The Brewers handed Paul Skeens the loss. They scored 4 runs off of him in a short start, just 4 innings. And we were talking to Pat Murphy about it. He said, you know, there are some guys that downplay matchups, and Miz really is not one of those guys. And you could tell that matchup brought out a little extra juice in him. He loves to face the best hitters of the game. He loves to compete against the best pitchers of the game. So even though it was so early in his career, he did not back down from that challenge. So it'll be fun to see both of them on Sunday afternoon. We'll see how long Miz goes, that final start there on Sunday afternoon before the All-Star break. Of course, they're going to continue to be mindful of his usage and his workload and keep him ready and strong for a good second half, guys.
Miz Skeens Part 2. That'll be a blast.
It's going to be a good one.
Mizorowski has outdueled a number of the game's top arms. Beat Clayton Kershaw last year. Struck out a dozen Dodgers that day. Pratt fouls it away.
Well, really, whoever Mizorowski is facing, it deserves an audience. And Paul Skeens the same. And Paul Skeens is not having the year that maybe he wants, but you know he's going to be amped up for this.
1-2. Pratt got jammed. And the Brewers scored 4 runs against Skeens in 1 inning. It was the most runs he had ever allowed in any single inning in the course of his career at the time last year. And it was a very Brewersy inning, little bleeders here and there, but scored their runs. Pratt chased that sinker in on his hands. Back-to-back Ks. Earlier this week, Jacob Mizorowski, game 1 of the doubleheader against these Cardinals. 7 innings, 3 runs on 3 hits, no walks for a second straight start, and 11 strikeouts.
Yeah, that was in game 1. Just continually filling up the zone. That was his 12th quality start of the season.
Brewers starters were brilliant in that doubleheader. 7 innings from Mizorowski in the opener, and then 7 2/3 from Robert Gasser in the nightcap. Barely had to go to the bullpen. Sets them up for the rest of the week because of their efforts, starting pitchers on Tuesday. Remember, they're playing the doubleheader because of a rainout back in the month of May, where rather than playing both games on the final day of that series, the Cardinals elected to play it here in July. Set up the stretch of 18 games in 17 days for the Brewers. And the Brewers basically went out there and said, well, the heck with you guys. And they got a chance. They're 6 outs away from taking 4 or 5 in the series.
It's like a Michael Jordan meme, and the Brewers took that personally.
Yeah. Felt a little like when the Brewers and Cubs got rained out in that 2018 season, and the Brewers had to use an off day, go down to Chicago and play a game, and absolutely beat the tar out of the Cubs. That was the day that Craig Counsell said it was the first time in his life that he'd ever gotten a sunburn from a rainout. We all said it because there was not one drop of rain. 2-out walk to Joey Ortiz.
Well, the Cardinals have been dealing with a lot of this. They have the Diamondbacks coming in on an off day on their way to Washington after the All-Star break to play one game and leave.
Paul Sewald was not very happy with that decision. Took to the social media sphere to voice his displeasure because there was a threat of rain later in the day. Could have moved the game up, but instead didn't. Kept it at its normal time, and it got postponed. So they've got to come back on the 23rd of July, play one day. Takes an off day away from both teams.
Well, think about just the logistical nightmare of hotel and equipment. I mean, it takes a small village to unpack everything and get this entire club and get everything set up, and you're going to do all that for one day and then pack it all up again. I mean, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of manpower.
Arizona's going to be coming from home, and they're going to play at 4:15 local time that Monday. Get on a plane and then head to Washington, D.C. Cardinals have a home series against the Reds the following day. One to Mitchell. That's a strike. 1-2. The Cardinals will not have an off day coming out of the All-Star break until August 13th because of that postponement and subsequent reschedule. It's down and in. They're going to play basically for a month straight.
And look what they had to do just in this series as far as pitching. They call up a guy, they got to designate a guy, they call up another guy, designate that guy. The bullpen was in shambles for the first couple of games. That's what makes those long starts by starters so important.
2-2. Mitchell sprays it foul again.
Yeah, I think the Brewers are going to be very happy to get on the plane and have their backs turned to St. Louis for now.
And a called third strike on Garrett Mitchell. So Graceffo ends up striking out 3 in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order coming up, a 3-run lead for Milwaukee. Aurora Healthcare defensive play of the game. Bryce Terang. My goodness, he makes that play look easy.
It's almost like the steps are on a mat and he's just putting his feet in the right spots, like he's done it hundreds and hundreds of times. But there's a lot of times you don't even see that play made by a lot of players in the big leagues. Bryce Terang, one of the best.
Ball up and in from Aaron Ashby. First pitch of his appearance. Bryce Terang is +6 outs above average overall, and specifically going to his left, he's +6, leading all of Major League Baseball second baseman. He's special. You don't win a platinum glove just by being ordinary. 1-1 on Weatherholt. Strike 2. Ashby's second appearance of this series and 4th of this road trip so far. Country roads for J.J. Weatherholt, West Virginia product. Ground ball hit towards the middle. Now to his right. Terang has it. Throws it first. Save. Too much speed from Weatherholt. Another tough play from Bryce Terang. Weatherholt on for a 3rd time.
And we saw the play to his left, this one to his right. Very close. A little scoop down by the foot, turn, throw. That's a great stretch by Andrew Vaughn as well. I think he knew it was going to be that close.
Ivan Herrera now faces Aaron Ashby. Strike one. Ashby, 1 inning, a scoreless 8th in game 1 of the doubleheader. Gave up a couple of hits, did strike out a batter. It's in the dirt, knocked down by Contreras. Second hit for Weatherholt against Aaron Ashby. Herrera had the other base hit. It was to right. One and two. There was the changeup at the bottom of the zone. Left that slider high.
Well, we know Ashby can get the ground ball. Pretty much his craft built around strikeouts and groundouts.
Fouled away, threw him a slider, buried it better. Two for 6 lifetime with 2 walks is Herrera against Aaron Ashby. And now Contreras out with 2 seconds on that pitch timer. Wants to make sure he and Ashby are on the same page.
Well, clearly Ashby wants to go one way, Contreras the other, and they know this is a big moment here. Herrera crushes mistakes, mainly pulls everything. So one of them wants an off-speed pitch, and the other one's going no. If he gets on this off-speed pitch, he's going to hit it to left. That's where he does the extra base hit work.
Deep and straight away for the Brewers in their outfield. They went heater in and missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tying run is in the on deck circle for St. Louis. That's Burleson. And he walked him, and that tying run's coming up. Burleson homered against the lefty last night, but overall, Ashby 1 out of 10. He's had some ownage against Burleson.
Well, one thing that the magic is when it comes to the Cardinals, it's the 1 and 2 hitter, because you don't get RBIs like Burleson and Walker.
Swing and a miss and the slider.
Unless you get guys that are on base. So Weatherholt and Herrera have some of the most hit by pitches. They're going to take a lot of pitches. Their whole job is to, how do I get to first base? It doesn't matter how, because these are the guys that are coming up to drive in runs.
Burleson towards third. Ortiz is going to go to second. 1 to first. Not in time. Terang had a long way to run in the shift. So first and third, and Walker comes to the plate representing the tying run. And Chris Hook is going to come out and chat with Aaron Ashby as the bullpen is moving for the Brewers with Abner Uribe. Here's the play. How far Terang had to get.
Yeah, probably the right move. I mean, if Joey tries to go all the way to third and then throw across, he's not going to get it. If he tries to tag the runner and Weatherholt veers away, you may not get any out.
Throw just a hair on the first base side where Terang's momentum was thrown off by just a bit. May have cost a potential double play as Uribe gets ready. Jordan Walker coming up, hit a 3-run homer in the 6th. That brought the Cardinals within 2. This was his home run against Chad Patrick. Left that cutter right down the middle.
Well, he hit that cutter at about 90. He also hit a cutter about 97 from Jacob Mizrowski, did the same thing. Clearly, he's not going to see a right-handed cutter in this at-bat. But I think the Brewers well aware of his ambush capabilities.
Big league leader in RBIs. He's the tying run in the 8th. First pitch, and it was buried for strike 1. Perfect location on Walker. Slow roller foul third base side. Perfect sinker again at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2 on Jordan Walker. Weatherholt at third, Burleson at first. Got him. What a curveball from Aaron Ashby.
Just an excellent sequence. Ties him up with a first pitch fastball, then a fastball down, and then out of the hand. You got to think Jordan Walker thought, oh, he made a mistake. This is going to be a fastball down the middle before it disappears into the ground. Big strikeout for Ashby.
Job not done yet. Lars Nootbaar coming up. RBI single for him tonight and takes ball 1. Chance to get out of this when it was first and second, nobody out. There's a strike. Nootbaar was selling out for that fastball. He almost knew it was coming, it looked like.
Well, his single on first pitch that he got in the bottom of the 4th that drove in Burleson after that double was on a fastball.
Seeing some rain coming down here in St. Louis. 1-2. Low and in the dirt, knocked down by Contreras. No advance. Just some sprinkles is all. Two and 2 on Lars Nootbaar. Just missed, and we're going to get a challenge from Contreras. Oh boy, this is going to be tight. ABS challenge presented by T-Mobile. Oh my goodness. Less than a 1/10 of an inch. That's if you rotate the baseball to the seam, you get a strike.
Couldn't slide your scorecard in between it. Crazy.
Here we go. 3-2, 2 away. Burleson will move. The pitch. Popped him up. Bryce Terang is back. He's got it. And Aaron Ashby strands a pair of Cardinals. We go to the 9th in St. Louis.
Liberty, Liberty.
Celebrate Hispanic and Latino cultures at the annual Noche de Cerveceros on Friday, July 17th, presented by Aurora Healthcare. Enjoy low riders music and shop a local makers market. Get tickets at brewers.com/community nights.
Swanson is in for the St. Louis Cardinals. Started game 1 of the doubleheader. Only pitched an inning. Ripped foul by Jackson Churios. So we've gone from Palante to start, to Gastelum, to Graceffo, to Swanson.
That's Viet. He was basically the opener in that game, but that one inning gave way to Bruce Zimmerman, who threw 5.
That's a fair ball headed towards the corner for Jackson Chourio. Extra base hit for Jackson. Pulls up to second base with a leadoff double to start the 9th.
Going opposite field, right field line. Probably could have had a triple out of this the way it was played by Newbar in right. Good intent there. Look at the quick swing. I think Chourio was like, you know what, maybe I'll just stay at second, but who knew Newbar was going to play it so nonchalant in right.
Big run out there for the Brewers. Turang takes a strike, homered his last time up. He gave the Brewers that extra run of support in the 7th inning. Took it from a 2-run lead to a 3-run lead. This was back in the 7th inning, home run number 13 for Turang. Turang then fouls one away left side. So fun watching Turang, the way that he approaches an at bat. Tim, you've talked about this a lot. As a pitcher, you have no idea what his plan is because he doesn't give anything away.
You can watch a lot of batters and you'll see them heavy on the front side when they get a change up, and you'll see them late on a fastball getting the foot down, and you just watch Turang, you just don't really know.
And all of his power is to center and to left. He hasn't pulled a lot of homers.
And you go back the last couple of weeks, he's in the top 5 batters in all of baseball for hits to center and left.
Goes to left center, got under it. Torres backing up on it. Tagging is Chourio. He's going to try and get to third, and he'll make it. Good piece of base running by Jackson Chourio. Saw Torres flat-footed. Takes free 90 feet.
They probably realized, man, I probably could have been on third right here. This could have been a sac fly, but he's like, you know, I'm going to get to third anyway. Less than 2 outs. Look at those feet moving. Chopping his steps there at the end. Perfect slide.
Contreras 0 for 16 in this series against the Cardinals. Infield is up for St. Louis. And a fly ball into right. Shallow. Nootbaar is there. Makes the catch. Chourio going to test the arm. And Chourio slides. He's in there. Got under the tag of Herrera. And Contreras says, thanks, pal. That was not a deep fly ball. Forced Nootbaar to make a good throw. Ollie Marmol will not challenge. Sac fly for Contreras.
Yeah, Nootbaar, after watching Chourio go from second to third on the fly ball to left, knew he was going to try and go home on this. Ran in, fielded it correctly. Great throw, but I don't think Chourio gets touched at all.
Doesn't. Great slide. Saw Bowers right there showing him, nope, slide to the foul side.
I love it. That's a dying art, man. They used to have mandatory practice. If you're the guy on deck, you run, you get in their field of view, and then you let them know where to go.
And Jake Bowers avoided a tag at third base earlier in the ball game, set up the first 2 runs for the Brewers. Now Bowers showing Chourio where to slide, reading the throw. Good team baseball. Little things add up to 2 runs at least tonight.
Well, this is a couple of mistakes that we saw over the last couple of weeks, is just getting a man in from third base less than 2 outs. That cost him a couple of games, probably. You want to see corrections, and when you see a deficiency sometimes with the Brewers offense or whatever it looks like, it doesn't stay like that for long. They make corrections, and still just a wonderful slide by Chourio.
Got that oven mitt right on the stove. Nice job. 2-2 on Bowers. And he struck him out. Swanson gives up a run. See where the Brewers go. They have Uribe and Yoho getting ready. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Brewers up by 4. Can't stop, won't stop. Brewers up 8-4. Looking for a 4-game win situation here in St. Louis. 4 wins in 5 games. Abner Uribe on to try and shut the door on the Cardinals.
Last time out, game 1 against St. Louis of that doubleheader, it was a save situation, and he got it. Unscored upon in his last 9 appearances and has a sub-1 ERA in his last 19 games.
Trevor McGill closed out Sunday and closed out Monday. It's Uribe with a 4-run lead against St. Louis. Bottom part of the order, Wynn, Torres, and Fermin, barring any pinch hit opportunities. Roller foul by Wynn. Saw a couple of 100-mile-an-hour fastballs from Abner Uribe last time he took the mound, including one at 101. 1-2, devastating slider to Wynn.
Clearly, Wynn selling out for a fastball in, flies open, and if you do that, you run out of bat. Your bat gets shorter the more you move away from home plate, right? So the slider that starts outer third, you're going to need a bat taped to another bat to be able to make contact.
Check swing, didn't go. New baseball put in play by the home plate umpire. That is such a defensive swing on that slider. I mean, he almost needs a telephone pole to swing at that pitch.
That's a I don't want to strike out swing.
Ground ball to short. Pratt throws him out. 1 gone in the 9th for Brian Torres. Brewers and Pirates tomorrow from Pittsburgh. 5:30 Central Time. Brandon Sproat against Braxton Ashcraft. Half swing. Did he go? I think he did. Yep, sure did. There's Sproat. Just the 2nd series against the Pirates this year. Brewers go to Pittsburgh, the last trip of the first half and then the last trip of the regular season. Both of those are 3-city road trips.
And the Brewers don't have the Cardinals to the last series of the season at home.
You wonder what this team looks like at that point. Trade deadline coming up in a couple of weeks. Brewers may look a little different. Never know. One and 2 on Brian Torres. Fouled at home plate, and I think that got Todd Titchener behind the dish. Trainer does a U-turn. started coming towards Todd Tichenor and said, nope, get out of here. Quick U-turn.
Another defensive swing against Uribe. Just 2 pitches, but they're 2 nasty pitches.
Stays alive. The last 3 hits for Brian Torres have all left the ballpark. Came in hitting just .211 on the season. He's at an even .200 now. Another 1-2. And a fly ball into the gap in left center. Chourio is on the move. He's there and makes the catch. Had a long way to go. Is playing shallow and towards the line. And Jackson Chourio runs it down for out number 2.
Almost runs past it. I think this ball slices a lot more late. And Chourio thought he had a longer way to go and ends up catching it kind of behind him. He's been moving quick. Moved from second to third on the fly ball and then scores on the shallow sac fly. Showing off the speed late in this one.
Jose Fermin, 2 outs, nobody on base. 0 for 3 for Fermin. The bottom of this Cardinals order has 0 hits between batters 6 through 9. And Uribe steps off. We're going to get a pitch timer violation. Got something in his eye, but a pitch timer violation because he stepped off. Can't do that with nobody on base. So it's 2-0. Brewers up by 4. They hang on and win this game. They're going to be 14 games over 500 against teams that are over 500. 33-19 would be their record. No other team is over 30 wins. And that's ball 4. Uribe walks Jose Fermin. And Church will be the hitter. Again, the Brewers with 3 more games in Pittsburgh on this road trip and then come home for a long time. The Brewers will be home essentially till the end of the month. Got the All-Star break and then a nice 9-game homestand over the span of 10 days. Nathan Church takes ball down and in. 5 straight out of the zone from Andrew Uribe. Brewers riding a home run ball today to get most of their 8 runs. Slider for a strike to recalibrate. 3-run homer from Bowers. Solo shot from Terang. Big add-on run in that 9th. The sac fly by Contreras. Church rolls foul first base side. Down to their final strike. Brewers again trying to win 4 games in St. Louis for just the 2nd time in franchise history in a series. Swept the Cardinals in a 4-game series in July of 2008. Trying to win 4 out of 5. Not an easy thing to do. One-two pitch. Fermin takes second base on indifference. Weatherholt on deck. Uribe dealing with Church. It's foul. Somehow stays alive. Perfectly located pitch. Inner third at the knees.
When you talked about the bottom of this order struggling, you can go back to the doubleheader. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 for 22.
2-2 again to Church. Ground ball, second base. Terang's got it. And the Brewers take 4 of 5 from the Cardinals in St. Louis. Abner Uribe closes the door. And the Brewers double up the Cardinals in this finale 8-4.
Finally get to leave St. Louis, Jeff. I tell you what, there were so many heroes in this series. Guys having big moments. Bowers with a 3-run homer tonight. Bryce Terang with an answer back homer. The pitching was outstanding. Starting pitching coming into this series, to me, really carried everything and allowed for these wins to happen. And now they're done. On to Pittsburgh.
Brewers with an 8-4 victory tonight. We've got so much more coming your way on the post-game show, brought to you by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. Sophia and Tim will anchor your coverage there. For our entire crew here this month in St. Louis, I'm Jeff Levering saying so long. We got more coming up on Brewers TV.
Chicken Caesar salad stuffer.
Brewers postgame is presented by Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin. The Brewers cap off this 5-game series here in St. Louis against the Cardinals with a win. Final score 8-4. Jake Bowers was the DH today, had a big day on the bases here, on base 3 times, including the 3-run homer off of Andre Palante. And JB, that is your 7th 3-run homer this season of your 17. When you get runners on base and you're in those situations, just what are you looking for to execute in those situations?
Trying not to overthink it, just trying to find the inside half of the baseball and be accurate to it.
Those 3-run homers, the most in Major League Baseball. And when you guys are able to build a huge lead like you guys did, 6-0, Terang adding on there later, just how does that free up kind of the pitching and the defense behind you guys?
Yeah, I mean, you want to see them attack the zone and play good defense behind them. I think that's what we did and hung on for the win.
What are we calling your move that you made over at third base around Jose Fermin to be safe there?
I don't know. Maybe like an okey doke.
Oh.
Something like that. I don't know. I was telling somebody in the dugout that I had it all planned out before, but that's not true.
I can't wait for you to watch it back, and then we'll see what you think of the play. But JB, this was always going to be a tough series, right? 5 games in 4 days, the doubleheader. You sweep that against a division rival, and in the middle of a very long road trip. How proud are you of how the team responded here in these 5 games to win 4 of them?
Yeah, big time. I mean, no one shied away from the fact that this was going to be a tough series. 5 games in 4 days is no joke. Doubleheader is no joke. But yeah, I think we fought through it the whole way and tried to stay in the moment as much as possible. No, there was no complaining going on. We just kind of went head on into it and ended up with 4.
All right, thanks for the time, JB. A great day here at the plate for Jake Bowers, a 3-run homer, now 17 for him on the season, continues to add to his career high. We've got more coming up.